the value of consistency in delivering a message is that your audience can start to acclimate to it. They can grow accustomed to it, to say, okay, I know what this company is saying to me because I'm able to hear it repeated across different platforms. I'm able to get a fairly consistent, or at least a fairly similar experience if I'm interacting with their customer service on Twitter or on the phone or interacting in the in-store experience. And that's a great thing. And you definitely want to maintain a fairly cohesive voice across different channels. What happens though is oftentimes brands will take that consistency to its farthest logical conclusion and become almost slaves to their brand. And they develop a very monolithic voice. And when we do that, the problem is it's not natural. Like, we all know that you vary your tone of voice, whether you're interacting in person, where maybe you're going to have different body language, or over the phone with someone, or maybe if you're delivering the message to different parts of the same business, maybe if it's whether C-level executive staff or the more boots on the ground people, you're going to vary the message a little bit. It's part of, I think, remembering to be human. When brands remember to be human or remember how humans interact, that's when they can play within the brand a little bit to go from monolithic consistency to instead just similarity that maintains that consistent tone.
What are some of the mistakes you think people make in trying to get their brands out?
The biggest mistakes that I see right now from marketers trying to tell the story of their brand is that they're distracted by so many options. When you've got an organization like Red Bull that's publishing across lots of different channels, that's great. They're no longer just like a sports drink or an energy drink manufacturer. Red Bull is a publisher that happens to also make a drink. It's kind of like how Zappos is a customer service company that happens to also be selling shoes. Now they can also sell a lot of other things. They can sell services as well as product because their customer service is the thing that enables them to span all of those different channels and opportunities. But when I see marketers that are just trying to tell their story and they get distracted by the options, that's where I see things kind of fall apart. And they forget that at the core of that is first knowing who they are, what's their message architecture, what's their hierarchy of communication goals. Because if they don't understand what they're trying to achieve with the content they're producing, with whatever format it takes, if they don't have a consistent viewpoint on their goals, how do you know if you ever achieve them? How do you know what to do more of, where to continue investing, and where to maybe pull back and say, that wasn't worth our time and our energy and our creativity? Those things are all limited resources in any organization, no matter the size of your marketing team. So I hate to see when organizations kind of spread themselves too thin.
What are you seeing here at South by? Why do you come to South by Southwest, and what are you seeing in your operation?
Oh, South by Southwest has grown so much for me, and I think it's in some ways because I've grown a lot over the past several years. My industry, the industry of content strategy and interaction design, has grown a lot over the past several years. I've been coming, I think this is my 5th year here, and over that time, you grow accustomed to hearing everybody say every year, "Ugh, it got too big." What I see happening instead is that South by has created more and more specialized experiences. You see your tribe, you find your people, and also you find people that aren't like you. You find people that are talking about different things, whether they're up on the stage or in the hallway, talking about other ideas and exposing you to what's going on in their world. And I don't just say that for the kind of cheesy, altruistic, yay, diversity, but I see a lot of value in that as a consultant, because the thing about our industry, it's very rare for designers to design for other designers, or for a content strategist to be working for other content strategists. Instead, I'm doing my craft on behalf of folks that work in insurance or in healthcare or in hardware manufacturing. I want to know what's going on in their world. I want to know what's keeping them up at night. And when I come to a place like South by, I have the opportunity to hear about all of those challenges. The other thing that I've seen happening here over the past several years is that as South by has grown and grown, the opportunities for serendipity have also exploded. I think just earlier today, I was with a friend grabbing lunch at one of the food trucks outside the convention center. And we're standing there, and I realized, oh, hey, there's one of my former clients that's ahead of us online. He turns around, he's now at another company. We start chatting. We happen to also both be from Boston, and there was a guy standing between us in line, and he hears us talking. I don't know if he heard an accent or what, but he's like, oh, hey, I'm from Boston too. We start chatting. It turns out he's with an organization that I've been talking with a lot lately. It turns out I've actually been talking with his boss, so it was kind of interesting. And then somebody else walks up that I had met here at South by several years ago. So I love those opportunities. I love that those opportunities to say hi or to say, hey, let's talk about doing business together. I love that they're still happening.